Hello and welcome to highlights of the first day's play here at the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield for the 2013 Betfair World Snooker Championship. A very special atmosphere in this city because of one person. Ronnie O'Sullivan, the defending champion. The Rocket is back.
Breaking snooker news in the last hour or so.
Ronnie O'Sullivan has decided to miss the rest of the snooker season.
And he has personal issues to resolve.
And doubts have been cast on whether he'll return to the sport.
So a terrific atmosphere in the Crucible this morning for the return of Ronnie O'Sullivan, the defending champion. This is the story so far.
The Rocket's back, and he takes the first frame in style. It's there. It's one apiece.
40 and the frame. Marcus Campbell.
Oh, well, would you believe it?
62 in the frame.
Ronnie O'Sullivan will be delighted. Marcus Campbell will be kicking himself. In it goes, and Ronnie O'Sullivan stretching his lead to 3. Ronnie will be disappointed with that. Marcus Campbell trails 5 frames to 2. And Ronnie O'Sullivan, defending champion, ends the first session, leading by 7 frames to 2.
So Ronnie O'Sullivan steaming into a 7-2 lead after the first session, needing just 3 frames to move effortlessly into the second round. He won the first 2 frames of the evening session with breaks of 102 and 90. Marcus Campbell then staged a mini fight back, taking the next 2. We join it in the 14th.
Tell you what, this would be some going to make a break with the high-valued colours, as they are. But sometimes he relishes this type of game, Willie, where they are difficult. He seems to concentrate even harder.
Yes. I suppose if he gets the pink in play, the pink will be available into at least 3 of the 4 top pockets. And, of course, he could win the frame from pink only where the balls are. But without the pink in play, it's virtually impossible.
4. I feel one of your specials coming on
5.
here, Willie. This could be the best you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, if the pink, if he gets on a red nice now, he's got a chance of getting a few reds and pinks.
11.
If the pink wasn't in play, he'd play to bring the black into play, but he won't do that with the pink being in play. So he could have easily kissed the black there, but he would have been risking leaving the white on the cushion. That's why he played for the pink.
I can't remember which match it was, but last year there was one key. I remember the
18.
Won the frame with 12 reds and 12 pinks. It was quite amazing. Can't remember who made the break though.
Yes, it's not straightforward here to get onto the pink, because if he plays through the gap of the red and pink, he may kiss the 2 reds that are nearest the blue. That's why he's coming around to play for possibly a baulk colour here off this red. Probably play for the yellow, screw around 2 cushions. That's what he's tried to do. Now, as long as he's not straight on the yellow, there's no problem, and he's played it really well. can get anywhere he wants on the table from yellow or green now.
Well, has he come far enough? He hasn't. He might have to play a plant. And, well, this is not easy, especially with the left hand and the distance between the two reds.
23.
He's just got down, and I think he was disappointed with the positional shot that he did play. He thought, I'm taking this plant on.
It's the same scenario. He's not perfect. He'll have to leave this red at distance. Couldn't do anything there, but to leave it at quite a long way away. Now, let's get an angle on this pink now to be able to bring something else into play.
26.
There's only the one loose red to the right of the black spot now that's available after this red.
27.
Doesn't have an angle to go into them, so he'll have to play for that loose red. Now, will he just flick another red out here?
33. $34.
Well, he hasn't gone far enough. He might have to go over to the two reds near the blue. I don't know if he can force an angle. Might be able to. Well, he's found the gap. So try and get in behind the brown here
40.
Twice across the table as we show you that shot again. To find that gap was a bit unlucky. And he hasn't quite hit this hard enough. It's
40.
still a good, well, I say it's a good shot. There's a great chance of getting over in behind that brown there, but he was a bit unlucky to go between those two reds. But what a shot that Marcus is faced with here. He's 33 points behind. He's 9-4 down. Ronnie needs one frame, and he's faced with a long red with the cue ball not that far from the cushion. 9'11". It's a long way to travel. Brilliant. Brilliant cueing.
Absolutely, Dennis. He's left an angle on this pink to go into the reds as well. Look at this for a shot. How good has that been cued? Not an ounce of side on.
And I'll tell you what, Willie, the white must have jumped 3 or 4 times before it got to the red, but he hit it so sweet.
This is a big shot if he plays into the 4 reds. This pink is no gimme. Very well done, Marcus. You deserve to be on the red. That is unlucky. And you can see the annoyance in his face. That's very
7.
unlucky. 2 of the best shots we've seen in the match.
Marcus Campbell, 7.
A bit unlucky there, but as you mentioned, Willie, a couple of cracks. Have a look at this here. Now watch the white. It bounced at least 5 times, but he hit it so smooth.
Yeah, this 26-point lead where blue and black are is equivalent to about 50 points. It's amazing, you know, when you can only work on one colour, how tough it is to make a break. So even if he gets up for the pink, he's still going to be slight second favourite. Well done.
1.
Well, you've got to take your hat off to Marcus. He's not giving in at all. He's fighting to the death.
Three.
There was a match many, many years ago, Dennis. Somebody came back from 9-2. Do you remember the match?
I can remember Cliff Thorburn losing to Nigel Bond from 9-2.
9-2, absolutely. Nigel won the last 8 frames to win 10-9. There's a chance it could be 3 on the trot from here.
4. Ten.
Yeah, well, he had mentioned about the awkward balls, and if he takes 3 reds, 3 pinks, he's going to need that awkward blue.
11.
Some brown to blue is going to be a shot, isn't it? And the fact that Marcus is right-handed means that he'll have to use the rest should he get that far from brown to blue. The blue will be played with the rest. So still, even though he's got himself back into this frame, still not favourite yet. Doesn't he get some cue ball movement, Dennis? That was excellent.
I'll tell you who it reminds me of with the cue action. Big
17.
Bill Werbeniuk, the Canadian, who had this sort of cue power as well. He really does generate a lot of pace. I'm not sure what happened there. He wasn't settled, and he's done the right thing. He's got up off the shot. The black's just slightly in his way there. Wow.
18.
He's brought the blue into play. He didn't want to do. Now he may have to take that long blue. And what a shot this will be. Never expected to cannon into the blue. Well, this is going to need very good cueing. It's dead straight up into the corner, past the green. You leave the white near enough where the blue is. Now this has a bit of pressure to it. No, he knew the importance of that. Now where's the blue going to finish?
Marcus Campbell, 18.
Oh, I thought he was going to fluke the snooker. Is that Marcus's last shot in this year's World Championship? It was a dead straight pot, and that's the one that can be a bit telling with a cue action under pressure.
1.
Yes, missed it by a long way, didn't he? Having potted some fantastic balls in this frame, that was almost one of those scenarios, all your eggs in one basket. And this is just about perfect now.
6.
Yellow, green and brown needed.
8.
And it'll be a very good start for the defending world champion. We were all wondering how he was going to start his campaign after being out for a year. He's looked pretty good.
11.
Just a couple of little mishaps along the way. A few long pots missed, but overall his standard has been excellent. As I mentioned earlier,
15.
he doesn't play until next Saturday, so he'll drive back home, see his family and his children. Well, he missed the blue
15.
by a mile, but I think Ronnie O'Sullivan is back and he's safely in to the last 16, you would have to say.
Well, it took him longer than he would have liked, no doubt, but Ronnie O'Sullivan finally sealed his place in the second round, seeing off Marcus Campbell. At times, he looked in stunning form. The crowd enjoyed it. He appeared to enjoy himself, scoring 953 points in 14 frames.
You know, it's my first match of the season. You know, we're at the end of the season, so it's very difficult to, you know, I've never found myself in this situation before in my life, you know. So, you know, it's just a total new experience for me. I was just kind of in for a penny, in for a pound. You know, it's a kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
To be honest, I mean, I never really focused on him. I was trying to focus on myself, and I was really happy with the way, you know, the way I felt and the way I played today. Different circumstances, different player. I think it'd have been a match for most people today. But, you know, he pinched a couple of frames, clearing up, you know, some really good clearances. He's so clinical in about the balls, and he does it so quickly. So, you know, well played.
There's obviously a bit of rustiness there, which is to be expected. But, you know, like I said, you know, I was just pleased to get the win, and you just, you know, where you go from here, you know, it's anybody's guess.
Well, it's anybody's guess, but he certainly has thrown down the gauntlet to the rest of the field here at the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield. Plenty of other matches to bring you right up to date with. Ricky Walden leads Michael Holt by 8 frames to 1. You can see highlights of that match in Snooker Extra straight after this programme. 2005 World Champion Shaun Murphy leads Martin Gould 5-4. Very tight that so far. 21-year-old Jack Lisowski is making his Crucible debut. He took the first frame against Barry Hawkins, but trails by 6 frames to 3. So, as Ronnie O'Sullivan entered the arena for the evening session, another former world champ did too. Welshman Mark Williams.
Yeah, probably, but you know, I'm still 38 years old, playing some of the worst stuff I've ever played, and still number 11 or 10 in the world. No, it's definitely not a part-time job now. We're playing every week or two, so it's definitely a full-time job now. I don't think they're scared. I think you know, I'm all for it as long as 128 goes to every single venue and is a fair structure. Till that happens, it's not a fair structure. I could probably have to plead a bit guilty on that one myself, and probably a lot of others. What are you saying there? Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. I ain't, but there's a lot of other people that are not fit enough to be a snooker player as well. We'll see about that. I'm quite laid back. I just never take anything serious, really. I mean, just love a good wind-up, winding someone up, and I actually enjoy someone trying to wind me up because I don't think anyone's succeeded yet. To be fair, not at this prime, no, I'm never as good as him, but I'm damn a lot better than him now, that's for sure.
Very honest Mark Williams there. While his opponent, Michael White, a fellow Welshman, lives in Neath in South Wales, ranked 41 in the world. The last time he played Mark Williams, he beat him 4-1. Well, Michael White took the first 2 frames. Williams pulled one back before White made a break of 67 to take the 4th. We join it in frame 5. White is at the table, trailing by 28 points.
Judged it very well. Not just the pot, but the white as well. White.
Yeah, it was one of those, wasn't it? When it goes in the heart of the pocket, you get the perfect angle. You just get the feeling if he, is it too thin or too thick, he might not have got the cue ball back to the baulk end, but it was very well judged. And unlucky, really, not to be on the blue.
Michael White 1.
Played the two-cushion escape with pace. That's the problem with that shot. If you catch it too thick, the cue ball doesn't go back up to the baulk end. And this is a chance now for Michael.
One.
Didn't make the most of it.
Look, from here, he's always going to cannon that red on the way back up unless he puts some side on it. Been a good chance there, could have got on that black and got it back on his spot. Taking this one on. Very nice.
The confidence of youth, eh, Terry?
They don't see any danger.
3. Four.
He struck that nicely.
I'm not certain if the black will go to this right corner. I think he's just having a look now. If it does, then he could play for the black. Certainly give him a better opportunity to win the frame at this visit. I think he did play for the black, but
8.
he didn't want to be that far in the middle of the table. So, can he reach this? Well, he's got to use the rest, so it's a big shot now. Very well played. And considering the noise that was going on the other side of the wall, it took a lot of concentration and he couldn't have played it better.
Time. 16.
Still 11 points in arrears and not the easiest frame winning opportunity.
Three.
Left himself
24.
a nice angle here. Certainly may be able to play for one of the reds. If not, you can certainly cannon them out. Has to get this dead right.
I think he's okay. I think the red just passes the pink to this corner.
31.
I'd like to have not have been so straight on it. The problem with being too straight is you can't get the cue ball away from the side cushion. But don't try and pinch too much of the pot and miss the pot. That's the key to this.
Left himself a little bit of distance between the two balls, but he hasn't been missing much in this match so far. I'd say it's been a very good performance.
39.
There's no certainty in this game that you make the transition from a very good young player into a top player, but he's making a good go of it.
40.
Well, he's taken these really well. And 16 points the lead now, just looking for yellow,
43.
green and brown to stretch his lead to 3 frames.
$45.
Mark Williams was in first, but Mr. Black off the spot.
$48.
So just the brown. And the blue to
52.
follow. Mark Williams will not be coming back to the table. 2 times champion has got a battle on here.
57.
Well, that'd have been nice if he'd got the cannon and developed the yellow, but it doesn't matter. He's 30 points in front and there's only 13 remaining. So Mark Williams, I'm certain, will stay in his seat.
The white 57 and the frame.
Which he does. So Michael White, the young man from Nice, on his debut, he's leading the twice champion of the world, Mark Williams, by 4 frames to 1.
So a great little break there by Michael White. Mark Williams in a spot of bother. Let's move into frame 6 then. White is at the table, trailing by 45.
Take the white to the safe area, of course. I'm not sure what he played. He must have played a double.
Whatever, it's not a bad shot. Where's the cue ball going? Well, dear me. Everybody tiptoe. That's unbelievable. How has that not dropped? Amazing. Not quite as amazing as that. Unbelievable things that happen on a 12-foot by 6-foot table. And he's on the blue and a chance to win the frame at this visit. Wouldn't it be remarkable if he did? This cue ball needs to run or slow down, and it's stopped absolutely inch perfect. We've got a new favourite for this frame now, from nowhere.
$7.
So 33 points behind, just checking the scoreboard. He needs a pink off this last red to be able to win at this visit. Oh, well, would you believe it? Would you believe that? Well, he was playing with so much confidence. That stopped him in his tracks. Just this red needed for Mark Williams. What a gift.
1.
Well, that's all be going on in this frame. He's bought the black. And now he's snookered himself. You've had a fluke from Michael White. Somebody said something and Mark wanted to throw the cue at them. Only jokingly, of course.
Good snooker, isn't it?
It's an excellent snooker. You do well to get out of it.
And so he doesn't take his normal stance when he goes down to this type of shot. His head is up in the air. It's a very good attempt. Excellent hit.
Mark Williams, 8.
And Michael Wright stays in the chair, so Mark Williams has pulled the frame back. But still trails by 4 frames to 2.
Well, he snookered himself, and it's always nice to see snooker players having a bit of banter with the crowd after snooker himself behind the black, and Michael White will be kicking himself for missing that red. So into frame 7 we go, and it's Michael White back at the table.
Well, that's another kick. He's been a little unfortunate with kicks in this frame. I mean, they're terrible on the yellow a few shots ago. But of course, in adverse conditions like they got out at the moment, those shots, when you roll them in, is more likely to get a kick than if you're hitting it with pace. With these type of frays, which are quite fragmented, you'd expect Mark Williams to be the stronger of the two. Mark Williams is one of these players that can win a few frames without doing a lot, or not seemingly do a lot anyway.
12.
He's not happy with himself out there. You can see it in his facial expressions. 17. There's no rhythm out there with his play. He hasn't been hitting the cue ball as smooth
18.
as he normally does. All down to pressure. Once again, not happy with the position play.
25. $26.
You just get a feeling there could be an error coming here somewhere, John. Oh, the balls are well spread.
Yes, but I really do feel this is a very big frame now for Mark Williams. It looked as though he was going to go 5-1 behind until Michael missed the easy red, you've got to say it.
34.
Having said that, that was a poor positional shot once again. He's played for the blue and completely the wrong side of it, so... OK, it helps that the green and brown are not on the spots, so there's plenty of room to manoeuvre the cue ball in and out of ball, but he's got to adjust the pace of this one correctly. Just about got there. 53 points to lead, 67 remaining. Red colour, red required.
$40.
Well, now he's decided to... Well, still the same. Then he pots the blue and one more red. Well, he could have been better on the red than this. 59 points to lead. 59 remaining. And then it goes.
46.
An important frame. And it goes the way of Mark Williams. I think the one thing about Mark Williams that obviously he wants to play well and he wants to be getting in and scoring heavily when he does get the opportunities. But he won't be disappointed just to win scrappy frames like this. You said earlier on, Terry, he was a very brave player. And as long as he gets the job done, and he'll be hoping that the level of his game will improve as the
56.
match goes on.
57. $63. 64.
It's his best so far. 64, 61 was his previous highest in third frame. It doesn't seem a big break,
69.
but at this stage of the match and the way Mark has been playing, it'll give him some confidence.
71. Mark Williams, 71 on the frame.
Well, that's enough. And maybe consider himself unlucky there. Michael White got a kick at a vital time, but that was more like the Mark Williams. And right back in the match now, just one behind at 4-3.
Yes, and the comeback is on. Mark Williams then took the next frame to make it 4-all into the final frame of the session. White is at the table, and he's trailing.
Absolutely amazing. How could he ever get the cue ball down there on that ball cushion after potting that red? He's left himself a tricky brown now, knowing that if he misses it, he's going to leave Mark Williams in this frame and probably may cost him the frame. There's a lot of pressure out there now, but you've got to handle it. If you want to do well in the World Championship, these are the times when you've got to find something.
Five.
Well, he's looking to see if he can play for the black. I think that's too risky. I'll be wanting to go up for blue or pink or anything, but play for the black, which is only available into the right corner. OK, if it goes right, good shot, but it's risky to play for the black.
Six.
Is he on it? He was just about.
$13. $14.
Still a few precise position shots needed. You'd like to get that red ball, of course, out of the way. The one next to the black.
$21.
He's having a look at the red passes the black now into the right corner. Looks a bit tight. Looks very tight. May squeeze through. You won't want to pot those for your life, though.
$22. 29.
He's waited a long time for this chance, but he's doing okay at the moment. Break was on to 29.
30.
Now, this red will be available here after potting the black into the left corner. Would prefer to be in a fraction straighter than the black. Well, he thinks it goes in the other corner.
Yeah, when he potted the black previously,
37.
he just nudged the red, so it was easily available. There you see. It's a good contribution, this.
38.
Well, he probably would have liked a little bit more angle than this on the black, but he can just force the cue ball over to the right-hand side of the table. This to go 14 points in front. Just got into it a little bit too much. And that's end of break.
45.
But he's got a 14-point lead, and this was a decent 45 break, as you say, Terry, considering he had no table time for the last 30-odd minutes or so. It was always going to be a tall order to win the frame at this visit. So a good safety now. And right back in the frame.
Michael White, 45.
Well, he'll be hoping that the blue comes to his rescue. And I think it may have done. Just. It's always a dangerous ploy to knock the object ball towards the corner pocket, but he got away with it that time.
Yes, I think he slightly mistimed that delivery, didn't he, when he played that red up and down the table, but he got away with it. This red pots. Natural angle to get on to the black off that red. Maybe taking the double on here. Oh, he's okay. He thought he was in. Playing reds, and you never know where they're going to end up. And you may think he's a little unlucky there, but it's always the same, I'm afraid. If you hit one red into another and they're both travelling along the table, they could stop anywhere. One good pot here, it could be Mark Williams's frame. Well, I don't know what to say about that, John.
No, it was a long way away, wasn't it, as you say? I mean, it's not like Mark to miss vital pots like that. That was definitely a frame-winning opportunity. Well, he needed to miss the pink, but it's not too bad. It's left him on the green. And he's only got to pot the green to be on the penultimate red. So So we'll just have a quick look at the old scoreboard. 18 points the lead. He's still going to need 2 reds, 2 colours to clinch it.
Fine.
Well, that looks about inch perfect on the blue. And Mark Williams may not get another chance this frame. Not without snookers required.
10.
This red and a black you would have thought he'd play for. Well, he used all the
11.
pocket, but then it went, and the black to now go 32 points in front with 27 remaining. So off to settle, it appears, for a 5-4 overnight lead.
18.
Mark Williams will be philosophical about this and think, well, it could have been worse.
20.
So a very interesting match this could turn out to be tomorrow afternoon.
23.
This young man from Neath, great ability, a great talent. Can he overcome the experience of the
27.
twice champion Mark Williams? It'll be an interesting conundrum.
32.
But on the overall play, I think he deserves a lead. And he'll have to settle for that 1-frame lead at 5-4. In goes the pink, out goes the hand for the handshake. Interesting session. I don't suppose either player will really be pleased. Mark Williams won't be. Michael White may be a little disappointed. He's only 1 frame in front, but that's the end of the day, and he takes that into the second session tomorrow afternoon. He leads 5-4.
And it's a very finely balanced affair between those two Welshmen. We have seen some terrific snooker on the opening day. No doubt the big story, though, the Rocket has relaunched his snooker career. Ronnie O'Sullivan through to the second round. We're back with more live coverage later today from 2:30 on BBC Two. Do join Hazel. But from all of us here, bye for now.